Now, if you haven't gone into Pro Audio yet, I don't know what you're waiting for because what I love about Pro Audio is that it brings the fun back to car audio. These are enthusiasts that want their music a certain way, and that way usually means loud. Today, we're talking about one of those brands that have been around but have a fresh take and a great catalog for the Pro Audio category. We're talking about Cadence Audio. This is CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM, all about Cadence Audio in the Pro Audio category. And it starts now. What's going on, guys? And welcome to another CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu, and you are locked in to CMA Networks. This time we're talking Pro Audio, the category that kind of crept up on us, but is certainly growing at a very rapid rate because, like I said, it's all about the fun. Today, we've got a brand called Cadence Audio, and we have their product specialist, Nelson Pino, joining us today. Nelson, why don't you give us a taste of what we're going to be talking about?
Hey, Ben Nelson here. Today, I'm very excited because, the Pro Audio is one of the most important thing for Cadence right now.
Well, Nelson, I can already tell by our script here of how many products that we're going to be covering on today's show, so you guys better stay tuned. First, a quick message from our partner, SiriusXM, reminding you why it's always a great add-on sale. And when we come back, let's get into the world of Pro Audio with Cadence Audio.
Hey, Paul here with SiriusXM, and I'd like to talk to you about attachment selling and why the SiriusXM product is one of the best things to add, especially since we don't trade dollars with any other category. I could go through all of this, but let's hear what some of our dealers have to say.
It's an easy add-on that takes, 10, 15 minutes if we're running an antenna, 1 minute if we've got an adapter to plug it into the factory SiriusXM antenna, and it's extra money, so no brainer.
I present it to every customer because a lot of customers don't know what all they can do with Sirius. They don't know what all content they could have. It just makes too much sense not to sell it.
It creates a different customer loyalty and customer security when you explain to them why it's a better experience. Just gets them back in the door, and then the next car, they're already asking for it again. So it just keeps selling itself. It makes more sense.
Well, there you have it. You heard from our dealers. Just remember some of the best practices. Make sure you have one on display so you can demo it. Make sure you're taking advantage of our rewards program, because if you're not taking advantage of that, you're leaving even more money on the table. Make sure you got our POP up on display. And other than that, just make sure you're recommending it.
Hey, Nelson, welcome to Connected. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. Thank you, Ben.
I mean, I can already tell, like I said, based on what we're going to be talking about today, Cadence takes Pro Audio very seriously. And why do you think Cadence has found such a good following in Pro Audio?
Well, the thing is, we have a huge catalog. Okay, we can offer so many different lines in mid-ranges. We can offer so many lines in amplifiers. We can offer so many different lines in drivers. We can offer so many different lines in subwoofers. We have so many different tweeters. So this is the brand. If you want to compete and you want to have a car with the best audio, Cadence is the brand.
Okay, before we get into this list of products that we're going to talk about, I wanted to hear in your words, why do you think Pro Audio is so popular right now?
Okay, well, to be honest with you, Ben, it's not now. The Pro Audio is something that is coming from the 70s, with the muscle car on all that particular thing. But right now, with the technology, everybody's trying to get the most powerful sound. They want to have the purest sound in their cars, and if you want to have that on your car, you need to have the most exclusive and the most recognized brands. Okay, Ben, today I want to show you one of one of the most important mid-ranges that we have, which is the DXM series. This is what we call the old-fashioned mid-ranges, because cone paper, okay, bullet, huge magnet, 400 watts, 200 watts RMS, 8 or 4 ohms, depending on what you need to have in your car. This is something that, we have too many customers asking for this series, because, this seems to look vintage when you have it in your car.
Now, as you'll see if you're following along, we're going to cover pretty much every component involved in creating amazing pro audio sound because, quite frankly, Cadence has it all to offer. So we just talked about some really cool looking old school drivers in the DXM series. Let's move now to some compression drivers, another key component. And what do you have there to show us, Nelson?
Sure, Ben. As you know, we have a huge line of compression drivers. Today, I'm going to show you the CWD60, which is a 1.5 inches titanium driver. This one is the one I want to talk about. Okay, this one is 160 watts peak power, 80 watts RMS. This is something that you need to have in your car when you're trying to cover all the audio spectrum. You know, after the mid ranges, you need to have the compression driver. If you want to have, you know, the best sound and the best quality, and you want to cover all the frequencies.
And you know, Nelson, that's something I actually learned from you when it comes to compression drivers. Just understand what exactly its purpose is. It kind of fits between a mid-range and what we're going to be talking about next, a tweeter. And of course, you got to have your high frequencies if you want that volume when it comes to a pro audio style system. Today, I think we're going to be covering the XT series of tweeters.
Yes, Ben, you're right. If you want to cover all the audio spectrum, you need to have, if you want to cover the high frequencies, you need to have a tweeter. By the way, we have aligned the XT, this one that I show you right now, okay, which is a bullet tweeter. This one is 150 watts. And by the way, looks amazing. Okay, very shiny black. The cone is orange, it's Cadence. Okay, and you need to have this one in your car if you want to have cover the high frequency adequately.
Now, naturally, as our conversation progresses, we're going to have to land on one of the most important elements of the sound system, and that is going to be the source of power. Now, we had a lot of different amplifiers to choose from for today's Connected, but we said, you know what, if we're going to go big, let's go all in. This is going to be a beast of a machine, but I'm not going to take that away from Nelson. Nelson, why don't you show us what you have today in the QRS series of amplifiers from Cadence?
Sure, Ben. And, you know, if you want to have your pro audio equipment complete, you need to have a very powerful amplifier. Here we have, and I'm going to show you the QRS 1.1800D, which is a 4,500 watts amplifier. This is a monoblock. Okay, this is the one that you need to connect your buffers or subwoofers. And by the way, this is something that you need to be careful. You know, you need to match the watts and the ohms, the impedance that you have on your amplifier with your speakers, because if you don't have the correct watts, the output, and you don't have the correct impedance, you can blow up your system.
You know, Nelson, I can already tell by the terminals and the size of the gauge input you could put in for power and ground that is no slouch when it comes to power. And you're absolutely right. You know, this is, of course, fun, but you got to make sure you plan your system correctly to make sure the right impedance, the right power distribution goes to the drivers depending on their specifications. And of course, Cadence provides all this information on their website. All right, last but not least, of course, what fun is sound without some bass? Again, lots of different subwoofers to choose from Cadence. But today we're going to focus in on the US series subwoofer.
Sure, Ben. You know, as we talked recently, Cadence is a brand that had a huge catalog. We cover every size, every series. We cover every impedance. We cover every frequency. And today I'm going to show you the US series, which is Ultra Shock. Okay, this series has an amazing line, starting with this 6.5 subwoofer. Okay, as you can see, the magnet and the type of the magnet, which is vented. This one is a dual voice coil. This one is a 600 peak power, 300 RMS. And this series is completed with 6, 8, 10, and 12 inches. Okay, if you want to have something very, very powerful in your car, on your competition car, you need to have this series. Remember, Ultra Shock.
Now, Nelson, I know we don't have a lot of time because, like you said, the catalog for Cadence is just so huge. But I'm really happy that we did zone in on a couple of the key products available in the line. At the end of the day, what advice do you have for people who are trying to get into pro audio and want to build their system with Cadence?
Yeah, sure, Ben. The thing is, don't do it yourself. This is the first thing that you need to know. Every time you want to change the equipment for your pro audio system, please go to a professional. Okay, and by the way, always ask for Cadence. And why? Because we have the most powerful catalog. We have the variety that you need. We cover all the sizes. We cover all the frequencies. So, in the case that you are going to change your pro audio equipment, Cadence is the brand.
Well, listen, only one more question before I let you go. Where can people get a hold of you if they want to maybe, if they're a dealer and they might want to open an account?
Okay, if you want to become a Cadence dealer, just send me an email. My email address is nelson@cadenceamericas.com.
Very good. Thanks for coming in today, Nelson, talking to us about some pro audio.
Thank you so much, Ben. See you soon.
And that was Cadence Audio's Nelson Pino joining us today for a quick sesh on pro audio and a little touch point or a taste of the catalog coming to you from Cadence Audio. Now, Nelson did provide his information, but if you want more general information about any of the products covered on today's show and more, make sure you hit up their website that right here we'll put it on the screen, cadencesound.com. Now, my takeaway, Cadence is one of those brands that have been around for a hot minute, but obviously they have found their footing within the pro audio market. Proof is in the pudding in the fact that not only is it popular, they have a following, but they also have a tremendous catalog. And why is that important? Because if you're picky about the type of sound you're looking for and you really want to get serious into a category like pro audio, then it's important to know that a brand like Cadence has the offering to be able to support that passion. Whether you're looking for something simple or you want to go something full out competition, Cadence Sound seems like they've got you covered. That's it for this CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.